here first.
Hey, this is Ahman Green, Green Bay Packers all-time leader in rushing. Bill, the Packer fan, and Packer owner, Nick. They run a website for Packer news and updates, and I know Packer news hasn't been so great lately because we got some players that are not Packers anymore that you loved at one time, but you might hate a little bit right now.
Two great running backs. We have a competent offensive line.
He's saying that he felt in November and December that they didn't want him back.
Get a little safety in that position. Either we go.
There's no reason to believe we can't return, but.
And they already came out, a couple guys that came out said that Rodgers is telling the
solution of it and don't let them go for anything under than one.
And you know what, Packer fans? The Bears still suck. So go Pack Go, and good luck to you, Bill and Nick, their website and their Packer news. Talk to you later.
It's a lot easier to come in and skip doing mop-up duty, but he threw the ball all. He kind of looked like Aaron Rodgers the way he was throwing the ball sidearm and just flicking the ribs and the ball was just jumping out of his hands. Agreed.
Hey everybody, this is Gerhard de Beer, former Green Bay Packer offensive lineman, and you're watching Frozen Tundra Network with Bill the Packer fan and Packer.
What up, everyone? Welcome to the Frozen Tundra Network, where we make all the other teams cry. It's been happening a lot lately. Jeez. We're going to talk about a lot of fun things today, and actually I kind of want to start out with...
And now we got Homer of the Week with Robert Bertana.
And what we're going to start out with is the Lions, the biggest fucking homers in the whole league. Go ahead, Rob. What you been seeing lately?
The Lions, you think they got the best team. They got the best at every position. They got the best water boys. They got the best coaches. I mean, bro, there's nothing anybody can do that's not as good. I mean, come on, guys. I know you had a good season. I know you won the division, but pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. You failed at the NFC Championship game. How many years did you say to us you failed?
You choked.
Oh, that was the worst choke in NFC Championship game history.
Big time, bro.
Oh man.
So look, we've been I've been putting this around. I didn't make this, but a lot of people out there think that Jordan Love is the best quarterback in the NFC North.
Yeah,
and I gotta tell you,
people.
So many Lions fans came and bitched. Oh my God, Jared Goff is better than Jordan Love. Jared Goff had less touchdowns. He had more interceptions. He had more turnovers total, in fact. Jordan Love was better running the ball. The second half of the year, Jordan Love was the best quarterback in the NFL. What was Jared Goff? Go ahead. Someone explain this to me. The only one that I'd argue at this point is I would put Kirk Cousins over Mayfield. I think that's easy. There was a lot of people saying Lamar Jackson over Burrow, but I wouldn't take Lamar Jackson over Burrow. I just wouldn't. People were saying Aaron Rodgers over Josh Allen. I wouldn't take Rodgers over Allen these days. I just wouldn't. And then people said Dak over Hurts. No way. Dak is come on. Dak is overrated as shit. And
for starting the season, I like it way it is right here, starting the season.
The worst one I saw was people were trying to say Trevor Lawrence was better than CJ Stroud.
What?
Yeah, I'm not joking.
I think Stroud over that, no problem.
Wow. And then another one was people were saying Brock Purdy was better than Brock Purdy is on an amazing team that Trent Dilfer could win with. There's no way he's better than Stafford. Trevor Lawrence hasn't done shit to be called better than CJ Stroud at this point.
What about Baker being over? I mean, Kirk Cousins is there now in that division. I would put Kurt over Baker.
But he's not going to start right away.
Well, I understand he's not starting, but I would still say Kirk is a much better quarterback than Baker.
That was the one that I said I'd agree with is Kirk over. I would put him over Baker Mayfield. I think that's easy.
Well, that's it's like Goff. He needs everything around him to be perfect for him to actually play good. Where look at Love, he had all rookies and you're all rookies around him. You know what I mean? They're all learning together. I mean, he took them right to the playoffs.
It was special.
That's his first year.
Special. They did something special. You guys need to realize that.
I'm failing
to
see if you think
their fan is here.
If you think that Goff is better than Love, fine, but tell me why, because You know, well,
Pretty good.
Goff's been to a Super Bowl. That doesn't mean shit. That doesn't mean that he's better. Well, he went to the NFC Championship game last year. That doesn't mean better either. Like,
Okay,
team
if that's the point, they say they got the best running duels and stuff, running back. Okay, do they got an all-pro running back? We do, but he's not. I'm just saying. Okay, if they don't have an all-pro running back. We do though, but not now. It's a year later that he's not good now. Just because he had a little down season with his team, whole team had a down season.
Go Pack, go man.
You know.
Yeah.
Look, man, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't, man. They started out with the best run game. I mean, they did have they have a decent running game. Montgomery and what's his name? Gibbs.
Butterfingers Gibbs. Butterfinger Gibbs.
Yeah, but he was a rookie, man. You got to cut him some slack. For being a rookie and for being where they picked him, everybody thought he was a
running back in the league. I'm not even joking.
I get it, bro.
He was number 9 in all players. He was number 9.
Who did they give? Remember, they gave up Jamal Williams and they gave up Swift the year before for those guys. They revamped their whole running game.
Yep. And we all remember what happened once they, got to the second half of the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
They choked.
Hey, Chalk.
Danny Gamble. What's up? What's up, A-Dub?
What's up, fellas?
So let's go ahead and move over to they think that they're just the best at everything. They're fucking homers, man. Let's be honest about that. So then we start talking about this. And then here's something that I always see. They always go, "Oh my God, you guys talk about the past," and they go, "Who won the division last year?" So we're talking about the past, right?
Yeah, new league year. Yeah.
Let's talk about the matters is the last few years that make us look better.
You got a cherry pick,
or
you like a cherry pick.
If there's anything I found amusing from Detroit is, you want to talk about the past few years that we played against Green Bay, and you talk about you owned us. How is a record equal to 500 supposed to be owning anybody?
Yeah,
you're 10-10 versus us in the last few years. How is that owning Green Bay?
Yeah. And actually, LaFleur is 6-4 against them, so LaFleur is.
Yeah, and they go, so in the last 5, which isn't even full years, that's like 2.5 years right there. The Packers are 1-4, okay. In the last 10, we're 6-4. So
yeah, it's like cherry picking, whatever, make their team look better, players look better. Don't cherry pick anything.
I saw someone put that in there because of his record being.
It shouldn't be a surprise. Like, we had to know Lion fans were going to get a swollen head after they won this division for the first time in their lives.
Well, to me, it's like, I think the Lions, they blew their opportunity. They had the best opportunity to get to the Super Bowl was last year, and they choked it. And it starts out with Holmes. Last year, he went to go fix that secondary and blew it. I mean, he blew that whole last season. He pretty much blew it on signing Gardner, Sutton, Mosley, all those things. None of them panned out. And then it put them back. And it hurt them actually in the playoffs, not having good corners.
Yep.
And then with Campbell gambling, how many games he lost, 3 I can count off my head. He lost because of him.
Yeah.
Going for it on 4th downs and shit.
Danny Gamble.
Yeah.
Danny Gamble.
And then,
let's be honest. The gambling thing, that's part of his identity as a coach, and you couldn't ask for anybody to divert away from it for the sake of seeing that team do much more.
So here's what happens when you start getting delusional, all right? There's a guy who makes 77% of his kicks, which would be the worst kicker in the entire NFL. That would be by far the worst in the NFL. They get a guy who's in the UFL, can't even make the NFL, and they celebrated and said that they beat out the Packers for this guy, even though there were no contracts offered Nobody. Green Bay never asked this guy to be on the roster. Never asked him to be on the team. Neither did Washington. But we beat out the other teams for Jake Bates. You mean a camp body who's not even going to be on the roster? He's not even going to have a kick all year. So who are you beating out?
Oh, so since they got a brand new kicker, there's a new banner hanging in the middle of Ford Field.
Yeah.
Well, they say this guy is supposed to be able to make kicks beyond 60 yards or such. Like, he could be the next Justin Tucker of sorts.
But
Justin Tucker's got a giant leg, but he's massively accurate too.
Yeah, he's a project. He's just like Carlson was. He's a project. Solid leg, the project. That's what he is.
When was the last time Justin Tucker kicked 77%? When was?
Probably never.
Huh?
Probably never.
This guy made one 64-yard field goal.
That's right, Matt.
And all of a sudden, he's amazing. Like, no. And they're like, oh, man, you guys need it. You have 3 kickers right now. Like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, and by probably never with Justin Tucker, that is absolutely never.
Bill's not even on the podcast.
I know.
Yeah.
Bro, you're a D-bag. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Where do you see Bill at, you douche?
Oh,
you spell your last name wrong. Why is there 2 B's, you fucking idiot?
That must be
Bring Cody Parkey back.
Yeah.
Cody joint. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Who knows where Cody Parkey's supposed to be?
Right.
I think he's still Nickelodeon.
The old double doinker.
The old double doinker. That's awesome. Bring Cody Parkey back.
So look, we established if the Lions want to know who's
Here
better.
we go.
This is
up,
who's
Darren?
better. I don't know how you could dispute this. Go ahead and talk about last year, which is talking about the past, and then you guys can do this right after. And when you guys do, you're just going to be proving this all over again.
Yeah.
You are the worst fan base, by far, dumbest fan base in the NFL. In fact, you guys have a guy in your fan base who's not even from America who keeps trying to copy everything I do because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's like, oh, I'll wait for Nick to post something so that I can have some attention real quick. You guys are fucking pathetic, man.
Yeah.
I digress. How'd I feel about last year? Wait. Okay. Why are you talking about the past? Why are you talking about the past? Why do Lions fans always talk about the past?
How do you feel about last year? What about last year, bro? I don't understand. You got to be more elaborate.
You want to talk about the Thanksgiving game that we whooped your butt? That's how we played?
I want to talk about the past, too. Let's talk about the past. I want to talk about the past. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, why are you 30-some games behind us? Why? I mean,
yeah, dude. Someone was
they do got the slowest fans, bro.
Someone was like, "It's
but Detroit's a close second.
It's time for the Lions to even the record, right? That would take you 15 years of sweeping us to be able to even out the record. Yeah. You guys are fucking delayed. It's never gonna happen. You got and did you know that not only us? Have you seen the Vikings and the Bears record with the Lions as well? The whole division destroys the Lions. It's not even funny, man.
Yeah.
And
that's been bad for a long time, bro. You guys just accept it. You know 1 year doesn't change it.
You know who the Lions don't have a winning record against? Not Justin Fields. Not funny. They don't have a winning record against Justin Fields. I saw 77%. It was right. It was on the actual like league site. The league site. It said 77%, didn't it, Ken?
I think it might have, but I don't know.
Carlson hit 80% with a questionable long snapper.
Well, Carlson hit like 85%. He's saying it was over 80%.
I heard Carlson found out why he was the close ones. He found out why he was missing.
Right.
And they're trying to correct it right now. Right, and so far he's been looking pretty good in camp, and I think they got it pretty much corrected. So I think he's going to do a lot better this year. I think that their third
His
kicker has been horrible. I mean, he's been really horrible. So they've been finding one more kicker to push him.
Like his competition at camp so far is Greg Joseph.
Yeah, the other kicker is really horrible right now, and they want to bring in another.
I heard that Dorn got that guy all riled up. I don't know.
Yeah. I asked Clark. I said,
bro, it was funny like this. The guy, he realized he didn't have the comments turned on. He turns and he goes, "Hey, I just turned on the comments," and he goes right to John Dorn. He goes, "Hey, this guy John Dorn," and the comment had been there for like a good 10, 15 minutes, bro. And he read them all and went right to John. It was hilarious.
I asked him, how do you feel about the Packers owning them?
Yeah.
Well, how did he feel?
I don't know.
He goes, I remember when I played for him, he goes, there was an overtime play where I caught the ball and we won the game, and they didn't own me. What he said. They didn't own me.
That must have been the last time the Bears actually beat the Packers.
But as anyone recalls, at the years he mentioned that he played for the Bears, Brett Favre was our QB.
Yeah,
bro. We've owned them for the last 35 years.
Yeah, he had a couple against Aaron Rodgers too.
Yeah, no, they had a few wins here and there, but nothing. Not like we got 10 in a row. You know how many times we've gotten 10 in a row on the Bears? At least 2 or 3.
We own the Bears.
I have to go and watch this interview because I keep hearing that John Dorn got dude flustered, but then you got guys like Jeremy and Ken who, let's be honest, they don't want Dorn to have his moment because I don't know, they have this weird jealousy with him for some reason, so they're gonna say whatever.
You go see it, but I mean, look, you'd be surprised who Bear Packer rivalry is big, but not for him. That's not the team he hates.
From the comments?
It's not the team he hates, bro. He's an anti-Lion. He's totally against the Lions, bro.
Mike was saying it was a good show and it was hilarious, so I definitely got to go see it now.
Yeah, bro, you got to go see it.
I've seen a portion of it myself.
He's a fan, bro. Yeah, I mean, his fandom came out. You know, at the time he's been retired for a while, and the name of his business was Bear Down Logistics. It was it was a very good interview. I got to give it to him.
So Darren, it's a lot of them. I mean, if you go in the groups, I know that you like kind of left the groups for a while, but dude, it's a lot of them. Like they're just straight up saying like, "What about last year?" And then they go, "Don't talk about the past." It's fucking it's contradicting, man. Like,
yep.
Yeah, Desmond Howard. Desmond Howard was the kick returner for the Packers.
Yeah.
Desmond Clark, man, the tight end for the Bears.
Now, Desmond Howard is someone that everyone knows. You know.
Yes.
So I can see how you made that mistake.
MVP for the Super Bowl. You know.
Yeah, Nick, I got nothing for love for form, but that stuff today was all right. I got to go see it, Ken. I got to go see it. I didn't see it this morning. I was doing stuff, you know, I was at the gym. I was working on mind and body and soul, you know, doing yoga, warrior poses and whatnot. But
I popped in and out a few times and seemed like a pretty cool dude.
Oh, yeah. He was actually pretty damn down to earth.
Exactly.
Give you a little bit of insight into like the transition from football into a working career.
We should get him and Michael Weiss on the same podcast.
Fun. It would be fun.
It would be fun. It would be a good one. Make that happen, Ken Dobby. Make that happen. But let's go ahead and move on real quick because something happened today where Brandon Ayuk, he went live, and who he went live with was his former ASU teammate, Jaden Daniels. And he says to him I think it was his wife recording, and she's like, "I'm blogging this. He wants me to blog this." And he says, "Hey, man, they said they don't want me back, I swear." And he's talking about the 49ers. So all these rumors swirling, and this has been like, 2 years now of rumors swirling about Ayuk not being happy in San Francisco with the team, not being happy with him. All of a sudden it's coming to fruition. And this is what all the articles have been writing lately. Now, if Christian Watson fixed his injury issues, I would rather keep him, if I'm being honest.
I'm right with you there.
There was people that were giving some interesting rebuttals like, okay, I get that, Nick, but What if it was like Watson in a 5th round pick? And I went, ooh, you know what? That is more interesting, right? I think that's more enticing. The 2nd round pick, I'm not willing to get rid of a 2nd round pick.
I can't remember the last time Green Bay was that intrigued to trade high picks for players.
Especially with our draft coming in Green Bay, I don't see that happening. And the other thing too is, do they really want to spend $30 million on a receiver when they got tons of loaded fucking room in the back? That's fucking.
Yeah, but even looking at the receiver room now, one's got to think in a few years. Eventually, we're going to have to pay these guys.
Yeah, as I'm saying.
Who's going to be worth keeping when it comes to contracts that they will require.
And here's something that's bothered me about Packers fans is there was Packers fans that were like, we don't need him. He's not better than any of our receivers. And I was like, dude, you guys, you're just tripping. I'm sorry, but Ayuk is better than any receiver we have right now. Okay. Yeah. Now, could Dobbs be better than him? Sure. Could Watson be better than him? Sure. But as of right now, we don't have a guy that's as good as Brandon Ayuk. We just don't.
We don't have a true number one.
We don't. And that's okay. We like that, right? I'm not opposed to just keeping it that way. But if we had all those number 2s, right, and we had a true number 1 who alleviated one side of the field for the other guys to get even more open, I could see that being beneficial. Or are we going to have a Rodgers and Devontae Adams moment again? See,
that's what I'm worried about is if we get a legit everything's going to get funneled to him.
I'm looking at this team that's the one thing you want to avoid even going into the playoffs is our QB having tunnel vision for one receiver.
Yeah. And we don't want to develop that again. I agree with you, Darren. I get it. You guys finally have competent people in there doing good stuff. We see it, man. You guys are good. There's nothing else to say about it.
And I don't want to bring someone else in. I think our guys, someone's going to step up, you guys. Someone's going to step up to the 1 or 2 spot. I mean, in 2 or 3 more years, we're going to have a lot of these guys we're going to have to make decisions on. Do we sign them? Do we get rid of them? And hopefully by then we have a decision. Who's a real 1? Who's a real 2? I think they're already on our lineup. They just haven't come out yet. Last year was a development year. Our quarterback was developing. Our running back was our running game wasn't there for support for most of the year. I mean, a lot of things are going to change. We got a better running game. We got more offensive linemen. I mean, I think things are going to be better. We're going to have a higher production, and you're going to see a 1 and a 2 step up this year.
And you notice when Watson was on the field, and that offense was totally different. It was they actually count for Watson.
Yeah, when Watson healthy, one's got to think the yards he averages with each catch is more than intriguing for us to keep him. Like, who else can average 15 yards per play as far as the catches he makes on the field?
Real quick, guys, what's the 2 biggest lies in life? Was that part of the show this morning? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Holy shit, bro. They was dogging us about our fucking Packer ownership stock.
Okay.
So I had to pull my framed one off the wall.
Okay.
Yeah. It was.
Dez did drop the ball per the rules that year. Watson cannot stay healthy, true, but they think they figured it out finally because of one of his quads not being as strong as the other.
It's about percentage, the leg strength percentage. One was stronger than the other.
Yes, Watson does have a different skill set than Ayuk. They are definitely different. I would say Ayuk's more closer to Dobbs than he is Watson in skill set, but Ayuk is just great, man. He really is one of the best receivers you can find. And Dobbs is still developing. He could be amazing too. Other receivers who do what Ayuk does, sure. The interesting thing to me is if Watson can be healthy, I think he is a true number 1. I think Watson is the guy that is a true number 1.
We've seen that firsthand. During his rookie year, we've seen that firsthand.
Yeah. And I don't think Jaden Reed will ever be like a true number 1. I think he's the perfect number 2, kind of like Dobbs. If you have 2 perfect number 2 guys like that, and Christian Watson's our 1. But see, that's the thing.
That's if anybody's trying to trade for him.
But that's why it's interesting to switch Watson and Ayuk, because like we were talking about last show, you'd really have to make Dobbs be the over-the-top guy again,
Yeah. What about Wicks and
Huh?
What about Wicks?
Oh, yeah. We got guys. I'm just saying the most talented guys are going to start, obviously.
So I say we don't need Ayuk. I'm sorry, I would pass
Well,
on him.
if we get him, Kenny Clark's gone. There's no way we can keep Kenny Clark. And
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
I think
I
we
think
do have
Ayuk
the cap
takes away
for
money
Ayuk.
we don't need to
Considering
spend.
the contracts we already got for some players, it'd be hard.
The more and more that I watch the cap over the years, I think that we have the cap for anything and anybody. The cap is it's not a real thing, man.
There's a true Bermuda Triangle. It's the salary cap for the NFL.
There's so many ways.
Nobody knows how it works.
Yeah, there's so many ways to get around it.
And if you look at most of the contracts we got, we don't have one that doesn't come off as a bad one.
100% agreed, Aaron.
Jaden Reed might be our best receiver. That might be true. He actually might be our best overall receiver, but Jaden Reed's never going to be able to do the things that Christian Watson does, which is why I think Watson can be our true number one. Whereas Reed, dude, give Reed the ball as many times as you can. Behind the line, 1 yard, 2 yard, 3 yard, 10 yards down the field. He can do everything, right? In fact, the times that he was running the ball last year, I was like, keep feeding him, man. He keeps getting yards no matter what.
Yeah, but don't keep going to that well too many times in one game.
Well, don't do the reverse 50 times.
Yeah,
that's what
I was talking about.
That double reverse shit, man, that was pissing me off, bro.
It was 1st and 10, and we're moving the ball down to score again, and we lost like 4 yards on 1st down because we did another reverse. It's like, come on, guys.
What the fuck, man?
Ken says to stay the course. Look, I'm not opposed to either or. I could see the benefits with Ayuk. If Watson's healthy, I'd rather keep it the way it is. I really would.
Yeah,
so I agree with you, Ken. I think staying the course might be the best option. It really might be.
That's fucking with it.
Oh, he's saying Love. When they signing Love? Well,
by camp.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about it.
I can't.
Per ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, the Packers want a cleaner situation, air quotes. You can't see my air quotes right now, but cleaner situation with Love as they continue to negotiate a new deal. Due to the previous contract negotiations with Aaron Rodgers, they said the market is what it is, that big number. He's probably going to have to be in that class. Brian Goop wants to get something done before training camp. Probably a little bit of pressure on him after the way Aaron Rodgers' situation went years ago. They want a cleaner situation for his contract. So, Ken, why don't you go ahead and start off? We'll go around the horn what you think that means.
I got to assume that means that he wants to hurry up and get it done as quickly as possible and not have it be in the, is it going to happen? Or like with the Rodgers shit, is he going to play? Is he going to retire and or is it the new contract coming?
What's up, Jason?
What's up, Jason?
Well, I do think that Love's going to be getting some of the topper end money. And it might be that he doesn't want to pay him the highest in the league. So, unfortunately, we got to wait and see.
I don't even necessarily – look, I'm not going to say that Love doesn't want to be the highest paid because who doesn't? Who the fuck just goes, I don't want – that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is I don't think necessarily that Love's looking to be the highest paid either. I think he's just saying, hey, give me a good contract. Let's work on this. I want to be here. I think that's kind of where they're at. But I can see the cleaner thing is, they don't want to just shell out a shitload of money for them to then kind of not work out in the remaining years,
Mm-hmm.
He says,
I mentioned that before.
But I'm thinking actually,
there are a lot of Packers fans that do not like Goody. I'm not going to lie. I see it all the time.
See, I didn't like Goody for a bit. But the way that this guy drafts, it's hard for me not to like him.
Bro, that's why he's a great GM, because the fans don't like him.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with it so much. It seems like, dude, I was at like 40 million to start the off season, and then I was like, 45, and now I'm like 50. Like next is going to be 55, and this is like, dude, I agree. If we would have done this even before now, we would have got a better deal than what it's looking like we're going to get.
Well,
I don't care what it is.
I mentioned.
Is he not worth it? Do we got something better going on?
It's not that he's not worth it. It's just like, God, man. Like, I guess give him a $1 billion. Why not? Like,
well,
go ahead, Adam.
I mentioned before on a show last year that I think if Green Bay has to be worried about anything, it has to be about us being caught up in a situation almost close to what the Giants have to deal with Daniel Jones. Like I'm sure Green Bay's trying to avoid that just as much. Yeah, I mentioned it before. Like there's a there is always going to be that possibility. Either Jordan Love's going to continue to improve, or we might have a situation like what the Giants have with Daniel Jones. You pay him after one good year, and he eventually regresses and messes up for you. I'm sure that's something Green Bay has in the back of their mind that they want to avoid, even as you're going to eventually give Love a new contract.
See, what I think is going to happen, they've seen enough of him since they drafted him before the draft, through the past 3 years, 4 years now. They see everything on him. They know that he is the franchise quarterback. They're going to lock him down, but I will guarantee you they're going to have some kind of loopholes just in case. There's a backup case. There's a couple loopholes to get out of it.
Yep.
Down the road, like within a couple of years.
Money, side money for bonuses and stuff like that. There are ways to get around
They got
it.
West Ball. They'll figure something out.
At this point, I would not mind at all if he got a Goff deal. I would not mind it. That would be a good deal for us at this point.
Exactly.
I do think, look, if Watson is healthy, he's definitely going to – dude, every time he's healthy, he has great fucking games every single time. He just misses so much time, man. For the people that do doubt Goot, there are times where I doubt his judgment and shit like that. But do I want to go back to Ted Thompson or Mark Murphy? No, I don't.
Better not ever go back to the TT era.
I mean, if you think about it, look at Good came in. We were 6-9-1. And then he comes in there, boom, 13-4, 13 wins. We're cooking.
Yeah.
Then we had that bad year with Rodgers. Then we bring in Love. Boom, right away, we're back in the playoffs again. It's like.
Yep. So I'm going to trust Goot. I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt until it falls apart. Hopefully that never happens. But this does make sense. Mike, I'm not going to say it doesn't make sense, okay? The problem is that you risk him balling out in the first half of the season, and then it's like, well, now it's $70 million a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, either that or you risk alienating the guy. Where
you have
to prove it once.
You have to get it done now. If he gets injured during OTAs or something, or he wants to get it done before camp. If he gets hurt in camp or something, he wants that backup money. He wants to make sure he's covered. So,
when did the Bears ever had a quarterback good enough to have a sophomore slump?
I
just want to know.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. I'll build up to that. I think $52 million is just too much, man. I'd rather. But you know what? It's not my money. If it works, then it works.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd be okay with 52.
Yeah, just like
50.
Just like Kevin Walker was saying about Wicks too. Wicks is my guy too. Wicks is gonna be good this year. Him and Reed actually have an apartment together and they train together.
Me personally, I think Bo Melton has better footwork than Wicks. I think Wicks is just quicker. But I don't know. They're both really good at what they do. Malik Heath has some pretty damn good footwork too, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've had my story to say that I felt Malik Heath and Dontavian Wicks were both the same kind of receiver in terms of their route tree.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's a hunch at this point. I mean, both sides are saying they want it to get done before,
training
season even. So I mean, I get what you're saying, Jason. No need to fear Clifford is here.
yeah, there you go.
What do you think about that one, AW? You think Clifford's going to start this year?
Highly doubtful.
I know. I heard Pratt's actually pushing him.
Especially if Michael Pratt can push him out for that QB2 spot.
Yeah, apparently Michael Pratt's been doing amazing in the OTAs.
Florida had a Woody when he was there. We got to draft him. He had a Woody over that, man.
Where did he play? Was it Tulsa or where did he play?
I can't remember.
Where Michael Pratt play at?
Yeah, they beat USC last year, didn't they? And he played for Tulsa, I think it was.
That's the guy who owns Caleb, right? Somebody was saying that he owns Caleb.
Yeah.
Who compared
Caleb?
Who Michael Pratt played for? He played for the
Tulane.
Tulane Greenways, yeah.
Tulane, Tulsa, Tulane, same shit.
Matt knows.
Who compared Daniel Jones to Jordan Love though? Who did that? Did someone do that?
I think it was Mike, the Bear fan. Somebody. It was somebody back here. Hold on, it was a comment about it.
If someone's comparing him to Daniel Jones, they're comparing the situation where Daniel Jones got a lot of money and he was a huge bust.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier.
Okay.
Daniel Jones, I brought up Daniel Jones as far as his situation could almost be similar to what we may have with Jordan Love in terms of what we pay him and if he ends up falling off somewhere.
Okay.
I was going to say, I can understand that, but I don't see that is the same situation just because Daniel Jones had shit years before it. So it wasn't just he had the one good year like Love. He had a couple of shit years and then a good one. So you didn't know where on the spectrum he was going to land. Where Love, this is all you got to look at, so you got to assume it's going to be good.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate your sub, Darren Whaler. Anybody out there watching, go sub, go like, go follow everything that we got. Frozen Tundra Network. We also got Packer Backer News. We got Bill, a Packer fan. We got Packers 24/7. We got go ahead, Ken. What's the network called now? It's
it is the Huddle Sports Streaming Network. It's on Facebook, YouTube, Roku, and Fire Stick.
Yep, there you go. And Twitter also. We're on everything now. Go check it out. We got a million different podcasts of all sorts of stuff. We got UFC podcasts, Packers, Lions, Vikings, Bears. We even got a Panthers podcast, Dolphins podcast. We got all sorts of stuff, man. Go check it out. Ted Thompson did draft Rodgers in the same way Goot drafted Love. But like he's saying, wasted a lot of years with the terrible defensive picks. I don't think, but that's why I'm saying that I would love the Goff deal now because it doesn't look.
Yeah, it doesn't bad at all. No.
And hell, Trevor Lawrence's deal might end up getting looked at like Danny Dimes because he's got real similar stats to Jones.
Yep.
And that deal is supposed to set the market now.
I agree with this statement.
Yeah.
So he's basically saying you know what you're getting with Goff. With Love, you're giving a big contract for the potential for the ceiling that we don't even know what his ceiling is yet. So he could be anything at this point. I get what he's saying. But if I'm being honest, and I'm just being honest, guys, it's actually starting to look more and more like that was a good and smart move by the Lions, the deal that they gave Goff. Look at all the shit that's coming out now, the deals that are coming out after.
One thing about it with Goff's contract, that's a 2-year window only. After 2 years, they gotta send him on his way.
We say what have the Packers done since then? We can admit to it. We've had multiple runs in the playoffs where we come up short by one game.
We
also, at the same time, bro, what has your team done? You were like,
at least every year we had a chance in the playoffs and had hopes. You guys were in the basement the whole time.
I just don't ever understand when someone says that like that. What have you done?
Well, let me tell you what we don't have. Let me tell you what we don't have. We don't have a rival quarterback go into our house and tell everyone that he's our daddy. So I know that we don't have that.
Yeah, we don't got that.
Wait. You don't have two rival quarterbacks go into your house, say that he's your daddy, and the other one says that he owns you.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I hope that the Bears fans wished this guy happy Father's Day yesterday.
Exactly.
I really hope that you guys gave him a big happy Father's Day.
We discussed that on the interview today too. We discussed that.
He's saying that A-Dub mentioned Daniel Jones and
he's the one who brought it up. A-Dub, we figured it out. We got to the bottom of it.
Yeah,
that's a lot of cheddar.
To it.
A lot of money. Woo, boy. See, these are the contracts I'm talking about. Like, it's crazy. I wish that we would have gave him a Goff contract to begin with. Like, that would have been nice, but it's not looking that way.
A 5-year contract.
We get that, Jason. We're not saying that Love is like Daniel Jones. We're not saying that. The point is that there's an infinite amount of possibilities right now because Love has only played the one season. So there is still the risk that Love will flop. I don't think that'll ever happen.
But you know what? This is just a cream of the crop that he's just going to flower out and be the best of the best.
I think you're
He's
right.
gonna fucking tear fucking defense apart.
I
I'm
seen
not
enough
even
of Love
joking.
last year to say that there's no way this guy's good. He's too talented, in my
No.
opinion.
Right now, the floor has so much confidence in him that he's already.
I see the look.
Love is already doing 2-minute drills, calling his own plays. 2-minute drills.
Remember last
it
show?
Makes sense. It makes sense if you're Jacksonville. This comment here. I mean, they're looking at his future. I mean, yeah, he hasn't shown a whole lot, but he had a very. I mean, they started out great. If they don't tank 5 out of their last 7, bro, they have a great season.
So real quick, remember last show I told you guys that someone brought up an interesting hypothetical. What if the league established quarterbacks having their own salary cap that's separate from the rest of the team? I think that could alleviate this. I'm actually kind of in favor of that now. But the Trevor Lawrence contract makes no sense to me in one way, but it does make sense in another. Last time we also talked about there's no way that Trevor Lawrence is worth that much. He hasn't done shit. I mean, let's be honest. But if that's what puts asses in the seats, because Jacksonville not too long ago had an enormous amount of problems of getting fans to come watch the games. If that's what puts them in the seats, man, then I get it. Because that's a bigger return than the investment, right? Watched it on TV. I don't know what he's talking about. Jacobs is going to be another Goot success. Does he mean Josh Jacobs?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's who he's talking about.
Yep.
I guess as a free agent signing?
Especially he's saying he watching that 2021 Thanksgiving game against Dallas too.
For some reason, I thought of it as like our draft picks. I don't know why, but yeah, dude, that's a huge pickup for us, man. This is the first time that I can remember. I think Amon Green did it once, but this is the first time I can remember that we have a guy that had the most rushing yards in a season. I think Amon Green did it one time. I don't remember anybody else.
I don't even think we ever got a rushing title. He was close, but I don't think we ever have a rushing
title. All-pro running back. I mean, if he gets back to 22 form, which I think he easily can, this league's in trouble. Yeah. I mean, especially
I love that.
I think so. I really do.
I hope.
Yeah, I'm with Nick. I hope
that's
so.
The hope. That's the hope.
Like I said, we're building a dynasty.
They said I was crazy when I said he's going to be. They said I was crazy when I said he's going to be better than Rodgers and Favre. No, I'm telling you, watch.
Yeah,
I think Jacobs is better than Aaron Jones. In some ways, I think he is.
Yeah,
and
that's the right
you
answer.
Would talk and as far as anybody talking about the down year Josh Jacobs had last season, the first thing you got to think about is he was not at his best as far as being healthy last season, and he had a very subpar to mediocre offense he was playing with in the Raiders.
Well, they had a rookie quarterback, right?
Yeah.
So all they had to do was shut him down and just key in on him.
They had a rookie quarterback and Jimmy G.
And they stack a box on him.
And think about this. The offensive line that Josh Jacobs was running behind for the Raiders was everywhere was worse than anything we got.
I think A-Dub said it best. Josh Jacobs is better at things than Aaron Jones is, and Aaron Jones is better at things that Josh Jacobs is.
Like Jacobs is going down to California with the receivers and stuff, go work out with Jordan Love in this next few weeks here.
He's saying that you're playing Homer Simpson, I guess. I don't know.
Can for you,
Homer, but I don't know. But
that's kind of like that. You can't handle the facts about the Bears. He gets really frustrated when you talk about the Bears. Really bad.
Yeah, this is what I don't get either. Is like, you guys won one Super Bowl. You guys only have one Super Bowl ever. You're talking about one stint with a quarterback. So, well, you guys had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks and 2 Super Bowl. That's more than the whole division combined. So I just.
And we actually went to Super Bowl 3 times.
And then Cody, at the same time, when you guys have the most Hall of Famers than any other team, how is it you only got 1 Super Bowl, bro?
No shit.
The incompetent.
I mean, that road goes a couple ways, man. I mean,
how can you have you never had a quarterback over 4,000 yards?
Why can't you guys just appreciate? Why can't you guys just appreciate the Super Bowl is hard as fuck to win every fucking year? You know. I'm sorry, Tom Brady's a fucking anomaly, you know?
You guys think that Caleb Williams is turning the tide for them against us?
No, definitely not.
Look, I think he's going to make it. It's going to be competitive now, and it's not going to happen this first year. I think it's going to take a year or two.
We're going to ruin them.
And they're going to ruin them.
You will. You're sticking them right in there.
And when it comes to the Bears,
you might be right.
Yeah, and when it comes to the Bears, I'm standing by what I mentioned before, that given all the hype that Caleb Williams has going into this season, anything less than a winning record as well as a spot in the playoffs would be a failed season for me when it comes to the Bears.
He's a Marcus Russell 2.0.
I own you. I've always owned you. This
bro,
is the
I had to tell it to that dude today, bro. He called it out.
If Trevor Lawrence is going to create revenue, I get it. Tua hasn't done shit either, and he's going to get paid also. Yeah, but you know what? Tua has shown upside. He's shown that he can be really good, so I kind of get it.
He's also shown he can be really
and
he's fucking
this
horrible.
reminds me
He's
and this
fucking
reminds me
horrible.
of something. You know what? This reminds me of something else I've seen.
Fuck you,
I
Joe.
found Jordan Love as one of the choices as far as between Jordan Love, Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott, and Tua Tagovailoa. Which QB is most likely to get the $60 million a year contract?
Jordan Love, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a Raiders fan mad that we got Josh Jacobs. Sorry that we're better than you, bro. I don't know.
He wants to win. Sorry, Joe. He wants to win.
I hope it's not fucking Jordan Love, but maybe Tua. I don't know. Who's even worth $60 million if he's not Patrick Mahomes? I don't think anybody is. Lynch might cut into Jacobs' point.
I'm personally leaning towards Dak Prescott to be the first one to get it.
Oh God! Well, you know,
I unfortunately could see it, A-Dub.
Yeah. Jason means Lloyd.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's gonna cut into Jacobs' playing time. I think he's gonna cut into AJ Dillon's playing time.
I don't think A.J. Dillon's going to get much playing time because of Lloyd.
Good.
Yeah, I think they're going to use AJ as a fullback, bro. That's where he's just going to be a blocking guy.
Roll back and goal line.
Have you seen him? Have you seen the photos of AJ Dillon? The dude
Oh, yeah,
is
he looks like a damn Terminator.
like a fucking monster, just muscle, ripped everywhere.
And he was and supposedly he was running up some stairs at the stadium earlier.
I like the Rodgers to Love transition, dude. Love's going to be amazing. I could see it that Rodgers was playing with the broken thumb because he was worried that Love was going to take his job. I could see it, man.
Yeah.
He says, "Okay, Dorn, lucky my Lions have no Super Bowls." I know, right? See, Aaron gets it. And look, we can sit here and go, look, the Lions are really good right now. That's our competition this year, obviously. I'm not sure the Bears are there yet, and the Vikings are irrelevant this year. But let's not talk about Super Bowls when we shit talk, because Green Bay is the only team that has multiple of them.
Look at Joe showing some love for his Raiders.
Dude. The Raiders will be legit this year. I remember when Jesus Christ said that the last time you guys won, but that was, I heard someone say that. It's not easy getting to any big dance. I agree. Dude,
what running back did the Raiders get?
They have Thor. What's his name?
They're going with their guy from last year, bro. They're just rolling with what they had.
Zamir White has the most betting money on him to win the rushing title. Yeah, I think it's because the odds, though. I think the odds are so drastic that if he does, dude, people are getting paid out. So Vegas might be making
I respect that, bro. That's good.
I can see a Vegas representative tackling White to prevent him from getting yards at some point if he starts getting up there. There's no way Mike wasn't born by 85, dude.
That's not the Mike you're thinking of.
I got to watch 3 Super Bowls.
Mike's our age, Nick.
I will never bring up the 85 Bears. I wasn't even born. I was born a year after that Super Bowl.
Well, I was in high school in '85. So
you old bastard.
I seen the fucking '85 Bears.
He said Brady made it look easy. That's true. Brady did make it look easy.
Yeah, but Brady did, bro.
And Mahomes makes it look easy, but you know what? Unless
when you cheat, everything looks easy when you're cheating.
I mean, Montana made it look easy. You know, like if you're not these once in a forever time guys, then it's not easy. Congrats on Minshew, I guess. To win
the MILF Hunter Minshew. That's who he is, bro.
I'm not sure Caleb ever will win a division title. I just don't see it, man.
What is this? What did he just say?
What? What is this?
Apparently, Joe that was going to be the.
No, you're forgetting that Devontae won't be a Raider next year, bro. Come on, bro.
Can we? What?
Well, when it comes to the Raiders, one like me is thinking good luck with Gardner Minshew as your QB1.
I don't know where that came from. That caught me off guard. Okay.
What the fuck? Oh my Atlanta. Oh my, look at Joe continuing with the Josh Bash.
Paternity court. Yeah. Jay Jones loves giving out big contracts for no reason. Lloyd, yeah, he's gonna be dope. Good evening. What's up, Mike? Main Event Mike is here. Since Main Event Mike is here, let's go ahead and I actually got a picture of him. It's really funny.
What's up, Mike? Oh, snap.
Oh, the choke job.
There you go, Mike. You got to look forward to.
There you go, Mike. Welcome to the show, man.
Sometimes looks like Mike.
Choke job.
How you doing, Mike?
What is going on with this? There we go. Yeah, we saw that. Get the fuck out of here. Last time I talked to a Raiders fan, they said Sewell was going to be a busy, while Leatherwood was going to be an all-pro. Oh, bust. I meant bust. Yeah, Leatherwood. Alex Leatherwood was a beast, man. Oh, he was born in 86.
You youngsters, bro. You youngsters.
I don't even know who this is.
He does the Hallis Hall. He's on with Ken. He comes on our morning show a lot. He's a good fan, bro. He's a Bear fan, but he's a good fan.
Yeah, dude, Ken, you're really old.
Yeah, Ken, you're old like the rest of us.
He was 11 and 85. Dude, this is a standoff move. Who's the oldest motherfucker in here, man?
1970, you may got me beat.
Yeah, you don't need to figure out who the oldest is.
You can think about who was actually, and I'm about to say, it can almost come down to where one could ask, who was actually alive the last time the Vikings played in a Super Bowl?
I was live, but I was only 4 years old and watched all four of them.
4 years old, yeah, I was alive.
70, 71, 71.
Title is coming to Green Bay, baby.
Man, like me, John, and Ken Dobby were all born before the FM radios were ever put in cars. All right, guys.
Yeah.
That's how old we are, bro.
This is the best offense any regime in Bears history has put together. I mean, I've heard that before, but I'd never see it, man. When Jay Cutler had all those receivers and Matt Forte and all these guys. Bro, you guys were saying that back then, too.
Back then.
Yeah, man. You're
Marshall.
Well, every offseason, the Bears get that offseason trophy, But then when season comes around, they fall apart. And
I wish that the Raiders didn't get Bowers now, because I'm just going to keep agreeing that Bowers is amazing. Napa High School, baby! I'm just always going to say yes, he's amazing.
Here's the thing. I'm sure the Raiders may talk up themselves having a two tight end set like us with Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer together.
I think it's going to work out. Mayer actually looked pretty good last year. I wouldn't mind it if we would have got him last year, if I'm being honest. He looks pretty good. Next, we'll have people who say they were at the Ice Bowl. Yeah. Well, that's John Moore territory.
We'll maybe find somebody, because I know a few people.
I was just deceived. Right on the field, man. Didn't you watch that?
Hey, bro, you want to know what? You're old when you can find someone who's seen a Lions championship game. Jeremy Ballrick's head is still kicking, and he comes on and gets in he's seen a Lion championship. You old man.
Yeah. Dude, if you've seen a Lions championship, your dentures have dentures at that point. Oh, my God.
You have original wood teeth.
George Washington chopped down a cherry tree for your teeth, man.
Good chance it was part of the same tree. That's pretty much how.
The last 5 minutes of the show, I want to put this up because for whatever reason, this is the most polarizing, most talked about thing I've seen in a while, and I don't know why this has blown up the way that it has. But there's a top 10 quarterbacks list,
Who created this list, Nick? Do you know? Do you have any idea where you got this list from?
Well, since people are watching the show, I'll throw you guys a bone. I photoshopped this list. I made this list.
Nick is king of the trolls, man. King of the trolls.
Ross Gardner was number 1 on the list. And then it was Jalen Johnson 4 and Jerry Alexander 5. And number 10 was Witherspoon. So that's the original list. But I posted this on my page, and it's reached 500,000 people, literally. And I don't know why everyone's so obsessed with this ranking, man.
But
everybody's like, Alexander only played like 4 weeks last year. How the hell is he number 1?
Well, they were the best damn 4 weeks any corner last year.
Nick, this is for you, bro. This is for you. Got 500,000 views. Way to go, Nick.
People got so mad. And then, so Jaquan Brisker got killed last year and cried after the game. And all I said, and I did this on purpose. It was hilarious. I said, "Oh yeah, you mean when Jalen Johnson was getting burnt last year, the last game of the season, and he started crying? They're like, that was Brisker." And I went, "No, it wasn't. That was Johnson." And they freaked. But I did say Jalen Johnson has been burnt by the Packers. They have. Well, week 1, I was like, no, not week 1. He's been in the league, 3 years now? I think this is his 4th year, isn't it? Do you guys not remember how horrible Jalen Johnson was those first couple of years?
He just signed a new contract with the Bears. They just gave him another contract.
Last year was last year, and it wasn't good. I mean,
let's be honest. You've seen Devontae Adams have some solid games against them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bobby Lane. Oh god, I haven't that you guys taking it back. You remember Magic? Well, that's the 80s, right? I mean,
yeah. The Magic Man, the guy who came before Brett Favre.
How about Mikowski? Don Mikowski, man. Come on, baby. He was the one who started beating the Bears. That's why we call him the Magic Man. There's an asterisk in the book, bro. Ditka had it put in there. Mikowski went over the line to throw the ball to win the game, and Ditka was like, look at it. No instant replay. Shut up, Ditka.
Mike, if you want to see something funny, go to the Frozen Tundra Network page, the original one, and go look at the post. It's insane, bro. It's blowing up.
Mike, that's totally Nick, bro.
And then, okay.
He definitely will. Jared will definitely.
Here's another one. They were like, oh, Jared got killed by Addison. Dude, Addison got him on like 2 plays last year. The last game that they played, Addison did absolutely fucking nothing on Jared. I mean, here's another thing.
Coming from the resident ghost known as Robert Major.
Yeah, probably. That guy's a fucking dork. Look, we're getting to the end of the show. This was a good one. We got a lot of stuff in today. We had a
great
lot of
show. Thanks, everybody.
Let's go ahead and give our last sentiments. Ken, go for it.
Well, all that Bears hope and wishing with Caleb Williams going to take over the division, going to beat the Packers, is going to be nothing but a lot of hoping and wishing that Caleb's going to get run right over by Gary and be throwing picks to McKinney all game long.
That's right.
Yep. Like they say, wish in one hand, shit in the other. See
which one fills up first, baby.
Go ahead, Rob.
Man, I'm the old guy of the group. I don't really give a damn. We're going to fucking have a great fucking season, bro. This is going to be a lights out season. I'll show you my age. Trust me. Go back.
A-Dub, what do you want to say?
Just looking forward to everything that happens down the road, and any more news that comes up, yours truly will be on and over it. Ready and go, Pack, go.
Yeah, baby. And then John Dorn.
Well, we're taking back the division, and we're sweeping the whole division. We're going 6-0 in the division. There ain't nobody touching us.
There you go. I'm going to go further, 12-0. We're going 12-0. Be ready for the year after, too, because we're going 12-0. And for everybody out there watching, Jerry Alexander is the best quarterback in the league. Stop thinking it's a fact. It's a fact. It's a fact.
Awesome,
go, Pat, go. Thank you, everybody, for Frozen Tundra Network. Thank you for everybody that was on the Frozen Tundra Network. We will see you guys next time. Until then, go Pack, go, baby.
Bears, Bills.